Good morning, you guys. So we are up what feels like before the sun, but it's not actually before the sun. We are just getting ready. It is a big day. I'm leading the mops group this morning, and so I just wanted to come on and get ready with y'all. And then Benna has her 3.5-year well check, and Bubby has his 9-month well check. And Maddie is really excited that she's the only one without a checkup. I'm like, all right, girl, if that's what brings you joy today, power to you. So I'm just gonna get ready quick. Because last time I got ready, I got some questions, but I was really like talking and kind of telling my story and not really talking about what I was doing my makeup so much. So last time I used my B² brush to apply my foundation, which is just like a really natural everyday kind of coverage. Today I'm going to use my Buffy brush. This is the brush you need if you want that full coverage look, because it's really dense. It's not going to waste any product. So I'm just going to tap into my highlight shade. So both our highlight and our contour are foundation. So you're not layering anything. You're not putting on one layer of foundation and then going in and highlighting and contouring. Our highlight and contour all have the foundation and the coverage, and it's buildable coverage. So right now I'm using Sandy, and last time I did this it cut off my beginnings. Wake with me this morning, so we'll see how this goes. Stories, because I talked so much that I've deleted some of them, so I might not do it all on camera just for the sake of it deleting my videos. What you doing, bub? Bubby is okay, so all I'm doing is putting that highlight shade everywhere, and I just wanted to come back on and show y'all so you can really see the coverage that the right color and the right brush will give you, because I do have some redness to my skin and it is just covering it all up. You can see on my nose because I haven't done my nose yet. Bubby is talking to himself. So if you hear him, eyelids. So you see how that just kind of neutralized everything. So I'm just going to do that on both sides and then do my nose. That's what's going on. And then I also do my eyelids as a way to kind of prime my lids for eyeshadow, because the powder just really clings to this cream as a primer. And then also I have blue veiny. Okay, so I've got my base foundation shade on everywhere, and now I'm just going to tap into Candlelit, which is this one. It's right next to it, and it's just a lighter, brighter shade. And I like to use that as a concealer. It's still a foundation shade, so you're gonna get that coverage, but it really is, it lives up to its name. Its name is Candlelit, and it really does just kind of like give you that lit from within look when you put it under your eyes. So always put it in a triangle. Some people just put their concealer right there, and that actually draws more attention to the bag right there. So bring it all the way down your nose, all the way to your temple, kind of in that triangle. And then brighten up your chin. Really the center of your face you want to brighten. So I'm going to go down the bridge of my nose. And right here in between my eyes. So I get a lot of questions about how long it lasts, because these tins look tiny, but they are mighty. So these tins should last you like 3 to 4 months worth of product. I have some people that maybe they're a stay-at-home mom and they only wear makeup when they go out or once or twice a week, and they literally have not come to me for a refill for like 8 to 12 months. So they look tiny, but they're mighty. That's the whole point of mascara, is to be compact, easy to use, quick. So all I'm going to do is flip my brush over and use the smaller side and go into Stone Contour, which is right here. It's that darker color. And I'm going to use that and just tap into it to contour my face. The contour also has coverage in it. So if you're someone that's prone to breakouts on your forehead or your chin area, this is not only going to give you that darker contour, but it's, okay, my hair, but it's also going to give you coverage like a foundation would. So I'm just going to That's probably his favorite thing in the bathroom is the toilet paper holder, and every time it falls over, it scares him. I'm like, how many times have we talked about this? And then contour your cheekbone. So for your cheekbone, you really want to feel where that bone is. And just go, I like to go right on top of it because what that does is it kind of lifts my cheeks. And then I just barely tap under the apple of my cheek to sculpt it out. But I really want the main placement of the product to be back in there, and then we'll blend. You just don't want to go too low because what that does is it brings your face down, and we want to bring our cheekbones up, lift our cheeks, give us that youthful looking lifted face. And then whatever's left on my brush, I go around my jawline. And then sweep it down. And then I'll show y'all a cool little trick. So then for my lips, to make them a little bit poutier, I dip into that contour and I just go under the lip. See how that just pouts my lip? And then I'll even do a little bit on top. Not to give yourself like a mustache, but just to cast that shadow right there. And it just pouts your lip. So some people also contour their nose. I have kind of a big bumpy nose, so when I contour it, it brings more attention to my nose, which is the opposite of what I want when I'm contouring. So I've stopped contouring my nose. I like to keep it light and bright and not draw any more attention to it than it already gets. So then I just come back in with my brush and I'm just stippling that to blend it out. Can I say hi, bub? It's like, not really. I want your makeup. So I'm just gonna stipple that out. So that is my foundation. That is my highlight and contour foundation. So then I come into my blushes, which are also all in a tin, and everything's magnetic, so they just pop right into your palette. I like to apply my blush with this Power Powder brush. It's for powder. This one's amazing at bronzer, but it's also really good for blush, I've discovered, because it's got this slightly angled side and it's very dense, so you can just pack on the color right there. So I'm going to use Sandstone today, which is a matte, kind of deeper red color. It is so pretty. I would show you, but my hands are a little full. And this is like my all winter color. I love a dewy face, but this matte color is just so pretty on the cheeks and gives that really warm look. So what's cool about our blushes is that you can also use them on your lip. So I'm just gonna tap my finger into that same color that I just used. It's so pretty and warm. I don't want anything too heavy. And it is a matte, but it's not drying because it's still a cream. So you can just tap that on your lips. So the difference between swiping it on really heavy and just tapping it like I'm doing, I'm not changing the texture of my lips at all. If you were close enough to see my lip texture, you could they look like my natural lips. I'm not changing the texture. I'm not making them glossy. I'm not packing on the matte so much that you can't see my natural lip. I'm not changing the texture at all. I'm just tapping this color. You wanna go play? I'm just tapping this color. So now all I'm going to do is go blend. I like to put all my creams on and then blend. So I'm going to take my Perfector, which I used at the beginning with this setting spray. It's also used as a primer, so I put it on as a primer. It controls your oils. It has aloe in it, so it's still really hydrating. It's nice in the summer. If you are oily or if you live in a humid climate, it will make all the difference in your application. So then I use whatever's left of that setting spray on my Perfector, and I just go back and kind of blend all those harsh lines together. pick up any extra product if I put too much down somewhere. It's just, this is the step that's going to blend it all and give you that seamless finish. So I have pretty normal skin. I like a dewy look, but at the same time I don't want my makeup to move, and it's got to last me like 12 hours today. And I don't want my mascara to transfer to my creams because my eyelashes are really long. So I use this Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder with my perfector, and I just place that kind of in my T-zone where I also put my concealer, and it's just going to lock that in place. So I'm not minimizing the dewy look at all. I'm still going to be dewy and glowy, and the creams are going to do their job because I'm not putting it all over my face. I'm just putting it really in those necessary areas for me to help my creams last all day, which the setting spray definitely does, but living a mile from the beach and needing it to last 12 hours, this just kind of gives it that boost. So I just took Desert Sunset. It's a more creamy blush. It's that one on top with my finger dug into it. And just tapped it on my lips to give them just a little bit of shine. So now I'm going in, this is my third layer. All of our eyeshadows, powders, everything's magnetic, so it all fits in your one compact. So I'm going to do a little bit of eyes, and I'm going to use a powder illuminator, which I use with this brush right here. It is so good. This side is just really fluffy and soft. Some people use it for their bronzer. Every brush is double-ended, so multi-use. So I'm going to tap into Photoshop, which is a pink powder illuminator. And I like to do it all the way up to my temple, and then I come and swirl it around my blush so that it gives that whole area of my face that glowy look. So I just tap the extra. I start up here at my temple area and just tap the extra around my blush. And then I just do my chin. So we're going back in that powder area and kind of just giving it that dewy glow back. And then I also do my entire brow. So before I fill in my brows, I just do my whole brow with some illuminator to kind of shine it up there. I just think it's so pretty, and then whenever you go on top of it and fill in your brows, it looks really cute. And then I tap in with that smaller side and just press it right here in my inner corner to really wake up my eyes. And I think I'm going to do my eyeshadow and my brows off camera because I'm pretty sure this video is going to start cutting me off here in a second. Okay, so I just stuck with kind of like a neutral brown base. I put Basic, which is your light matte brown in the crease, and then I put a light pink shimmer shade all over my lid that kind of matches my shirt. And then I went in with Bubba, which is a more orangey brown matte neutral color, and I just darkened up the crease, or the outer corner, and then blended into my crease. So just keeping it really neutral and warm today. And then I'm going to take that same Bubba color and just dust it halfway under my eye. I feel like that lower lash line just thickens up your lashes, it brings the whole eye look together, so that is really important for me. Okay, so for my brows, I use this Hotline brush. It's perfect because it has a spoolie on one side, so you can come through, brush out your hairs. If you accidentally got any creams on your brows, just brush it all out. Then I'm going to go in with this cream contour. It's Astoria. All of our contours can be used for like lip liner, nose contour, eyebrows, eyeliner, all of that. Especially this one, it's Cola. It's really good for eyeliner. So I use Astoria for my eyebrows. So if you ever need an eyebrow color, just make sure you let me know, because I don't normally send that in my traditional color match. But if you're looking for an eyebrow color, let me know. Astoria is so good if you have hair color like mine, where it might be lighter, but your roots are darker, your eyebrows are darker, because it is kind of got that mix of cool and warm. And this brush is so thin, but it's made up of so many little bristles that it gives you, I think it cut me off, I don't know. But this brush is so thin, but it's made up of so many little bristles that it makes it look like actual little tiny hair strokes instead of just like Sharpied in eyebrows. So I'm gonna finish these off camera so it doesn't start cutting off my. Another little trick is I like to just take at the end whatever's left over of that contour on my eyebrow brush and just sweep it lightly under and on my cupid's bow. So I'm not really lining my lips all the way. I'm just giving them that extra little shadow outline look. Okay, so I went ahead and did my mascara off camera. I feel like mascara is the one part of my routine that I don't love my mascara. I don't know. Every time one empties and I buy a new one, I buy a different brand. There hasn't been one that I'm like, wow, this is the one. This is the best mascara I've ever used. There's always like something about it that I don't love. So anyway, there was no point in showing y'all because I probably won't even stick with that mascara. But that is my finished look, and I got it done with a baby in hand in about, what, 20 minutes? So if you need a custom color match, all of these shades are custom to your face, built in one palette. So I'll put the link here where you can shop, or if you need a color match, let me know. I hope that y'all have a really good Tuesday. We have a big day ahead of us, so say a little prayer for our family.